So in today's video, I really want to talk about why we should value our black women period, but I'm speaking for the black women today, a lot more. I grew up around nothing but women, and I've seen the way that the world has treated them inside and outside of the household. It's not the, most brightest loving, unfortunately. A common saying that I hear get thrown around to our women a lot is that they're loud, they're aggressive, they have no idea how to be feminine, they're always in their masculine. I don't see that as true. And though I cannot tell anybody how to be feminine or, what they need to change, rather, I can tell you about how I perceive their femininity through a masculine frame. Our black women in particular have a lot of spiritual gifts, insight, and, just knowledge. Their connection to spirit allows them to think in a way that typically we have trouble, tapping into. Just naturally, by her being a woman, her intuition is going to be a lot better than yours. And, their guidance through the spiritual realm typically usually is a little bit stronger than ours. Not even trying to exaggerate anything. Chances are your woman is going to be the spiritual shield or the powerhouse of that dynamic, and you're going to be the spiritual shield and powerhouse physically. But it's usually the woman who's, putting that spiritual shield around you for a reason. That is their natural capabilities. And in my community, at least, the only time I see us start badgering our women about how they're choosing to express themselves is when we're not listening to them. Let that sink in. More times than not, we're so focused on their delivery and how we would like a woman to speak to us that we're completely ignoring what the fuck she's actually saying. And I don't know about you, but if somebody completely ignored everything you were saying because you weren't saying it in a tone that made their feelings just all gushy and completely just threw all your purpose out the window, you'd get more irritated too, and you'd probably get more aggressive because now you're starting to feel belittled. You're starting to not feel heard. You're starting to feel as if your intelligence is being questioned. That happens to women all day long. We don't have the practice of actually listening and valuing what our women are capable of doing and already do. And then we have these silly questions that we ask them, like, what do you bring to the table? Don't get me wrong, there's traumas and broken house. There's a lot of different things that may go into why somebody's expressing themselves in the way that they are in the moment. So I'm not telling you that you are responsible or we are responsible for their healing. That's their self-accountability. That's their own self-healing. But us, as the black men, black young men, especially us young men, we also need to be aware that these women are usually going to be our ride or dies if we gave them enough space to actually heal. No woman or man can heal in an environment that's continuously breaking them. Imagine that you're trying to build a brick wall. Every time you put a brick up, then every night somebody comes and pushes the brick down. It's going to be very hard to get a brick wall. If every single time you put up a brick, you're somewhere where somebody is pushing another brick off. It's not until they get into an environment where they place a brick and they wake up the next day and the brick is still there, and they can place another brick and another brick, and then there's a brick wall. It's kind of like a project, but we don't give them that space. We immediately deem them as, just difficult and loud and arrogant, whatever the fuck, when more times than not, when you listen to them in their enraged state, they're usually fucking right. Don't I'm not talking about the ignorant, arrogant cases every once in a while where it's just like a Karen type of energy. I'm talking about when a woman is using her voice like she is supposed to, and we're neglecting it, choosing not to listen, or purposely dismissing it. That's when that angry side starts to come out. Because why are you ignoring her? Like it kind of just it goes hand in hand with a lot of things. And we like to tell women that their femininity is soft spoken, and they're kind of just like a yes man type of energy. They just submit, quote unquote. Let me make this clear, since it seems like common sense has left the room. If a woman does not use her voice and speak out loud about how she feels, what she wants, and how she views things, it is impossible for us as the man, male, whatever you want to say, to know what she wants if you didn't allow her the space to speak in the first place. You can't suppress somebody's way of expression and their voice and still think that you're going to be able to meet their needs and have them feel heard at the same time, because we're all human. The same way we want to feel heard, and we think we want platforms and we want to do this and that, they want to feel heard too. Nobody's emotions want to feel neglected, but it seems as if that's continuously what we do to them. For what? It's like when you look at things for like both sides of the equation, you start to realize that we're kind of feeding into it. They say the man is supposed to lead. Okay, great. So by you leading, are you going to lead your relationship into more fire by every time she puts that brick up, you throw it, you push her shit down? Or are you going to be the leader that when she puts a brick down, when she goes to sleep, you go behind her and you put another brick down, and then she wakes up to 2 bricks. She doesn't know how the other brick got there. It's just another brick there. That's what a leader does. I don't have to tell you, I'm putting this brick down for you. I'm going to put the brick down for you. And you're going to feel, see, and, feel the gratitude of seeing that brick wall come to completion. And then this is another thing too. People put up a brick and their partner isn't also putting up a brick. It will get very demotivating if you started a group project and you were the only one doing the project. That's demotivating. That causes anger. That's what cause somebody to want to have an outburst. If we were meeting them halfway and actually leading them, a lot of the things that we're saying we're having problems with would not be a problem. And even with that word lead, we can only lead them so much because we need them. It's kind of like an equal partnership. It's crazy when you really start getting deeper into the dynamics of it. You realize you actually need them if you want to have any sort of peace of mind, ease, love. There's even a saying: the closest thing you're going to get to unconditional love is your mother. Hopefully. I can say that's my testament for sure. We done been through thick and thin, hell and back. I still know she loves me. That's ride or die, rock. It's my mama. Unconditional love. We need to have that type of attitude with more people than just the people who come out of us. You can yell, you can be angry, we can have a stone cold disagreement. I don't agree with you at the fuck all. But I still love you enough to give you the space to keep growing. Because the argument we had today may not be the argument we have tomorrow. But if I cut you off before it gets to tomorrow, I may have just shitted on a perfectly good relationship because of an egotistical mind. And that goes for both parties. Women be doing it to men, men be doing it to women. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that women can address, women can do differently, etc. But I'm not a woman. I cannot tell a woman how to be a woman. All I can tell is other men how I perceive women, how I interact with women, and how my perspective has benefited my interaction with women. How my perspective has allowed me to not think with my dick and actually build relationships with people and get to see if that's even somebody I wanted to put my dick in the first place. I know PG-13, yada, 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 but I'm keeping it real with you guys. When you switch your perspective on a woman, you're going to handle them differently. They treat you differently. They help you. Oh, now that's something y'all not used to. Them helping you. A woman knows when all you want from her is what's between her legs. And she knows she's going to use that to her advantage. She knows that. She can also tell when somebody genuinely loves them, but loves their self as well. They treat you different because they understand you're loving me by choice. Because you love yourself so much that I know you could cut me off. So the fact that I'm still here, you're showing me how much you love me. And I respect that. And the right woman is going to reciprocate that back to you. But if we get lost in thinking with our flesh, neglecting them, silencing them, like literally everything I just said is literally putting them in the category of an animal. Don't talk, don't speak, do what I tell you to do. You know, bro, even if you start looking at the Christianity type of things, Adam and Eve, it was still two of them. They were still, one needed the other, bro. We can't give birth. Majority of us don't know how to nurture. I mean, actually nurture. 85% of us don't know how to express ourselves. We for sure don't like expressing ourselves to other men because then we think that we're weak or, you know, they're going to look down on us or compete with us. Women are usually the only ones we can go to for, like I said, that spiritual shield. They're usually the only ones we can go to that hold that energy. So why we think we don't need them, why we disrespect them, why we treat them with so much disregard and disrespect, I don't know. But I know me, the people I fuck with, the people I surround myself with, we don't fuck with that. And I've always been the type of nigga, I will say something. If I see you slipping, this is something, I will say something. Because a lot of the things that's happening is not right, but we just allow it. There's no reason why, you know, we could be in a place that, because literally this has happened. Like I'm speaking on, real life shit that I've seen, experience. There's no reason why there can be a PlayStation party full of niggas where they're all admitting that they're narcissistic, lie, and use women for what they want. They will say out loud, like you guys can go on YouTube and find this. They will say out loud that you have to lie to a woman to get her feelings involved in order for her to have sex with you. Because if you told her that from the jump, she would say no. Wrong. Some niggas can tell her that from the jump and will say yes. You're just not the nigga she wants to do it to, so you lie and manipulate. That's not cute. That shows a lot of insecurity. That shows a lack of manhood. That shows a lack of self-esteem. I can go down the list. And if you were really that guy like you think you were, she would be telling you she wants you. You wouldn't even have had to do the outreach. But we, like I said, don't know how to deal with them. Stop trying to change them. That's not our job. It's basically impossible because you can't change anybody other than yourself. So having the conversation on what they're doing is counterproductive. We've had the conversation about what both sides have been doing for close to decades now, and we're still having the same conversation. Let's switch the conversation to, okay, that's why you guys are doing what you're doing. This is what we're doing. How can we get along? How can we understand each other on a level to where I no longer demonize the way that you're acting? I understand why you're acting like that, and I want to work with you to do better. Maybe I'm just too mature for my age, because I really don't hear a lot of other 21-year-olds saying this. Maybe I'm talking on my ass and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'm going to stand on we need to treat our women better. Period, point blank. If your mama has ever gave you some game and you listened, you remembered it, if you can remember one line of something that your mama has told you, you need to respect women. Because the same gift that allowed your mama to tell you what you needed to hear to live your life, all the other women got that same gift. You just don't fuck with them on the level for them to feel safe enough to give you that insight like your mama would have. Now, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm not. But other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing life. Just love. Love. If you guys like this video, if you don't like this video, if you think I'm talking on my ass, if you're finna come in my comments with some complete red pill shit, that's fine too. I love it. I want to talk. I want to engage in the conversation. It's no problem with me. Other than that, I love y'all. Peace.